Hello, my fellow weirdos. Got a little question to ask you. Remember way back with the whole birther thing that Donald and then Melania stuck her big fucking mouth into? Yeah, I'm really not holding anything today. Just lost my thought. And then Melania got in and got even bitchier than Donald did about it, about Barack Obama's birth certificate. And we all saw the fucking Hawaii one and all this. And then she was interviewed. I forget who it was that was interviewing her. I can see the face. I don't remember the name. But they were harassing her about it. And just persistently re-questioning her. And she kept saying, she goes, well, don't you want, in her fucking broken pigeon English after 3/4 of her life spent in America, and she still refuses to fucking speak properly. She leaves prepositions and shit, out. She's fucking a bitch. She is. She's a crap first lady. She's a crap human to start with, and she is not. She is not innocent in any of this. She was an agent for it. She was pals with Ghislaine. But don't think. What did you think when she said in that interview years ago when the woman kept saying, "But Melania, she goes, Melania says, don't you want to see his birth certificate?" And she goes, "But we've seen it. It's public record. It was on the news. Everybody saw it." She goes, but it's not like mine. She goes, but not every place has the same birth certificate. The Hawaii birth certificates are different than ones in New Jersey, and she didn't say that, but she goes, everybody has different birth certificate. But if it's a certificate of live birth, it doesn't matter what it looks like. Different countries, even different states, have different ones. As long as the information is all there and it's official, it's official. And she goes, yeah, but his birth certificate is not like my birth certificate. That phrase always stuck with me because the way she said it, just like her clothes, she acts like, oh, I just wore what I put on. It was just, whatever. Or I just said it. Melania was a model at one point. She's very conscious of speaking her mind with her clothes. She did that with her hat to keep him from kissing her. She did that with "I really don't care." We all know she knows exactly what she's doing when she wears a paramilitary style thing at the, at swearing-ins and shit. We know what the fuck she's doing. She also speaks exactly what she means, and she pretends by that broken fucking English after how many decades here, like, there must be a misunderstanding in space. She plays that shit up. What she meant was that was a fucking white dog whistle. His birth certificate, yeah, but no, because his birth certificate not like my birth certificate. You mean a black person's birth certificate is the same as a white person's birth certificate? Is that what you mean, Melania? Because what the fuck else can you mean by no? Yeah, but his birth certificate not like my birth certificate? What did you think she meant by that? That was a complete fucking white dog whistle. He's a black man. His it can't possibly be equal to mine, a white woman. You tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. I was just watching something from Midas Touch that they just broke some shit from stuff that Russia's been putting out on their TV and shit. I'm not wrong. I wasn't wrong about shit. They brought this up. They brought up, somebody brought up another point. I was like, I have said this. I said right after the election when I made that night. When I got home from working the election, I said there was something very odd about the provisional ballots. That was one of the things they've been looking at. I said the next day when it was called before noon, I'm like, no, something was wrong. I've worked elections. in 2 states. I know they're not. That was a weird election. I'm telling you, people did not respond. They acted like they had no clue, like they were just showing up to vote. And now we're finding out over the last 6 months or so, like 4 different places, professional that look at these things, have come out with 4 different things, areas. Each one had a different thing that they were looking at, that they were like, things don't look right. I mean, there's traces of things digital that were erased, but we all know nothing's ever fully erased, deleted type of thing. But it's not enough to beyond a question of a doubt. But it's definitely that shouldn't be there type of stuff. And that's what's fucking going on. So don't you dare ever fucking think that, oh, poor Melania, she has to put up with him. Oh, fuck no. That woman has been an agent along with all his shit. Look up Danila Krasnov. That's Donald, not her. Look at the timelines. What Midas Touch they put all the timelines together with a lot of this things that I'm touching on. And I was like, motherfucker. That's why I'm all wired up, because I'm like, son of a bitch, son of a bitch, son of a bitch. I was saying that last year. God damn it, I said that the other year. Son of a bitch. I remember a video 3 years ago saying that about her. Or asking about why was Donald, doing this back in the 80s. And now Midas Touch, who is very reliable. Ron Filipkowski is very reliable on breaking shit. And Ben Marcellus. So, yeah, I'm wired right now, because I'm like, finally people are saying what I have seen, and I'm like, that's not right, I'm just all fired up all over again. It's one thing when you're like, everybody's saying, oh, we're not responding, or saying, nah, you're kind of crazy a little bit there. That's pushing it. And then months down the road, somebody else is saying, hey, this doesn't seem... I'm like, that's what I said! But I'm a little channel, so, It's so weird, though. I'll notice in the last month or two, I'll mention something, and like within a day or two, Adam Mockler, Luke Beasley, Midas Touch, Jesse Dollamore, or Farron Cousins, or somebody's talking about it, and it's not like a topic that everybody was talking about. And I'm like, am I just picking shit up because I'm always here? Or what the fuck's happening here? Because I'm like, y'all have people to research and shit. How are you not talking about the shit before me? And I can only assume it's because they're covering the real important things with the facts, with the 20 minutes of showing you things. And I'm not doing that. That's not my niche. If you want to go through those kind of things, you go to them like I do. If you want to have a little bit of a breakdown, or if something's bugging you that you're thinking about but nobody's mentioned, maybe come to me. Maybe I'll validate that you're not the only one that's had that thought, Because sometimes I'm like, am I just reading too much into this? Because with Levitt, I'm like, then when he said that, I saw that today, I'm like, oh my God! It wasn't me just imagining it. It's like, oh my God. You go watch Levitt about that. And from now on, you watch Melania with a different view. Because she knew exactly what was going on. And as bad as Ghislaine, almost worse than the men. Because these are freaking women that are allowing other women to be abused, tormented, used. That's almost as bad as, if not worse than being the one that's doing it. She was the one that was getting the girls to trust her because she knew if it was a woman that you could probably trust her. And Ghislaine knew that. And I'm sure Melania was exposed to that shit when her little so-called modeling career, which she stopped as soon as she found herself a rich husband in America. By the way, she didn't really do much modeling after that. Oh, and that's the other thing. So Melania is always on a Barack Obama. He's such an awful person. He's a black man. He's horrible. And yet she plagiarized Michelle Obama's freaking speech, literally word for word. Word for effing word. There are videos out there by several people. Side by side, Michelle's giving her speech and Melania giving Michelle's speech, claiming it was hers. The woman is no good, and she was no good from the start. She sits there and acts like a black person's birth certificate is not acceptable or equal to a white person's birth certificate, and then she goes and plagiarizes a speech. Well, I guess that black woman was a whole lot better and smarter and more eloquent than you, Melania, because you couldn't do a fucking speech. Not even your people could write you a speech, but you had to steal Michelle Obama's, a black woman's speech. You fucking little Nazi bitch.